Hello! We are back from the bridal room. You can see that we are set up slightly different from yesterday. This is because when we switch over to the daily space in just a few moments, we are going to have Annie doing our normal Wednesday
rocket stuff.
Yeah, rocket stuff. And yesterday, we now know that we work for a super geeky space place because one of the emails that got shared across the entire organization, so not just the scientists, but like everyone from everyone, like just
literally everyone
got forwarded the tweet with the Star Hopper yesterday. Do we have that video actually?
I have a still.
That works. Slides. That works.
Because Dave is amazing.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
We love you, Dave.
Finding time to sit and work on slides.
While we're here,
while talking about CosmoQuest, while meeting a bunch of people, while being like, hey, cool, look, favorite human, look at how pretty this place is. Don't you wish you were here?
Or if it's me walking along and going, lizards!
Yeah!
They were calling us to do the group photo this morning, and I'm walking around to the group photo, and there's a lizard on a rock, and I almost missed the group photo because there is a lizard on a rock. I'll be Instagramming that later, Starstrider with a Y. What is the thing that you guys have seen that has most been, wow, we live somewhere that doesn't, wow.
See, I've spent
You've been in every desert, yeah.
Not every desert, but I've been in multiple deserts, and I have been to this particular desert before, but that was like ages ago. I'm not going to say how long, but it's been a hot minute, and it's kind of refreshing to see like cacti again and things, and these are usually plants I see in like a botanical garden, which I love, by the way. These are normally plants I see in botanical gardens, so it's really cool to see them and see all the different ones I haven't seen yet. And Steve, whose lightning talk was earlier, was like, when we got here, was like, there are Dr. Seuss plants everywhere.
Yes.
They really
everywhere,
like
and they are Dr. Seuss plants. My mom was like, are all the cacti in pots? And I had to show her that no, there are cacti in the ground too, Mom.
Yeah.
So.
And saguaro cactus, which are the quintessential Western movie cactus, are extraordinarily long-lived plants.
Yes.
And thanks to Sandy Springman, who is an asteroid scientist at the Lunar and Planetary Labs here in Tucson, she tweeted this fabulous thread on saguaro cacti the other day. And what she pointed out is when you see the unicacti, the one that is just a single hi, I'm going to be tall and have no arms, that is actually a cactus that is less than 80 years old. Once one of these cactus hits 80 to 100 years old, they'll get an arm. So when you see a cactus that has an arm, that's like order of at least 100 years old.
No wonder why it's like illegal to just pick them up and move them.
Right.
There's one under the room that I'm in. There's a window, and it's got like 4 or 5 little arms.
Yeah, like little buds.
Buds.
And when you see a cactus with an arm that has I don't have enough fingers to do this, that has an arm coming off, I'm trying to make this work.
Yeah.
I think I'm there, except you can't see. When you see a cactus with an arm that has an arm coming off of the arm, you're starting to look at something that now is closer to 200 years old.
Wow.
And so these cacti, when you start to see the super gnarly ones that have like a family growing off of them, you're looking at a plant that's hundreds of years old. And so these aren't things that we can just replant unless you want to wait 4 generations or 8 generations. And so we are living surrounded by generations of cacti. And because this is an old private school, because this facility is over 100 years old, we see all these super cool, wow, that aloe plant could eat somebody kinds of giant succulents. So me and my miniature garden at home where my succulents are this big, here it's just like the dinosaur version.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It is like walking through another world. I mean, because I'm from Atlanta, so everything is very green and very lush and all these giant leaf trees. And here there are no giant leaf trees, and there are no trees over maybe 10 feet or so.
Like the palm
except for
trees
the
with
cactus.
Christmas lights.
But there are a few really tall palm trees, and they have these two. They look like Dr. Seuss palm trees, and they have Christmas lights up on them, and so they're fabulous. We were sitting under them playing Pokemon Go last night because we were
discussing
doing that.
how they got the lights on there. I'm convinced they had somebody climb up the tree.
I'm sure they
I think
did.
so, because it was too tall for a bucket truck.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think. Pretty sure.
And climbing those trees is something of a sport.
Yes.
Yes.
Where people are proud when they can climb these super tall palm trees. And so speaking of Pokemon Go and Wizards Unite,
We've been playing a lot of that.
and there's a whole group of us here. So Loki Volcano, who some of you may know from Twitter, is another one of the Planetary Science Institute scientists. And we were sitting around last night along with some of the other scientists, all sharing our codes and being like, do you have that challenge where you need 3 people to go take on a tower together? It's like, yeah. So all of us who are here nominally to like talk science, we are talking science, people. We are talking science.
We are, but you can't do that 24 hours a day. Sometimes you just need a little break.
And it's so hard sometimes when that really boring talk is going on, because we are being subjected to human resources talks, and it's necessary content being presented beautifully. But at the same time, I don't have my health insurance through PSI. And from our conference room, we can hit like 10 different things. And
sorry.
It has happened.
After we got content to you.
Yes.
Then we may have sat for a few minutes and done that, but
yeah,
promise
yeah.
you
We were paying
first.
attention. We were paying attention.
But again, we don't get our health insurance. So if we played Pokemon during the HR part, we love you, Linda, the healthcare and insurance and HR human.
I was paying attention because the
pet insurance was mentioned.
Pet insurance, they pay for all the vision for benefits eligible employees, which I'm like, what?
So we now all have fantasies of being full-time employees.
Which we are completely open to, by the way.
Just putting that out there, yes.
Just putting that out there, we would be delighted.
I would love to be benefits eligible.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I'm going to be writing a whole lot of grants.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be coming back. It's going to hit that part where I start reminding you. We are going to be coming back to you with another Hangout-a-thon once again the weekend before Christmas. So while you're putting all those Christmas cookies together, you'll be able to click on and get 36 hours of science once again.
You can watch and listen to it.
Can I make like Christmas cookies at your house?
Yeah, totally. We've done it before. It's easy. But I don't paint Planet Pops anymore because that was a disaster.
No.
I'm not allowed to bake.
No.
She's allowed to bake.
No. But now I'm going to think of like, we can make like rock cake. Rock cakes are easy. You can do rock cakes.
Okay.
Rock cakes are easy, and we'll come up with other astronomy-themed things to just be like, look at what Annie baked because she was bored.
Right.
And we are hoping that once again we'll get various of our mods and things coming down to help us out in real life. And it's going to be a Christmas celebration. And before that, to give you more hints of things that are to come.
I forgot my thing. Keep going.
Oh, yeah,
You're fine.
keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. I forgot my thing.
Annie has a surprise.
I don't know about the surprise.
Yes, you do.
You do. You just don't remember. But that's fine.
Oh, yes. I knew about this surprise.
Yeah, you made this surprise happen.
So December is going to be a magical month for us because we have the Bennu sample site sampling. We have the Hayabusa 2 mission is going to start heading its way back to Earth. And we are going to go see CRS 19. Should it happen the week it is supposed to, live from Florida. I'm blowing my hotel points to make this trip happen. And we will be hitting you up for admission tickets to the Kennedy Space Center.
Yes.
Worst case scenario, we go to Disney.
Yeah, this is true.
Worst case scenario, we go to Disney. So this is a win-win for us.
So we
and
have
maybe Universal and ride the train between the Harry Potter world.
That will actually happen, I am sure. I am sure. Universal costs way less than Disney, so I'm certain that will happen.
Yeah. If Universal costs way less, then yeah.
We're not asking you to pay
No,
for
no,
our
no, no,
Disney
no,
and
no,
Universal.
no.
We will ask you to pay for us to go to Kennedy.
Yes.
And live stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's
And
gonna
we
be
will
photos and
show
tweets.
you the rocket garden and all of the cool stuff that's there.
I can hug rockets!
Yes.
You can hug rockets!
And you will cry when you see the shuttle Atlantis.
Yeah, that's a thing. I took all of, we were lucky enough, Susie and I, to go see the launch of the OSIRIS-REx spacecraft along with all of the grad students that we had working for CosmoQuest, all of which now are adults except for 2 who are still finishing out their degrees. It's kind of awesome to watch everyone go off and succeed. And the other 2 just have a few more classes. That's fine. They're still succeeding, but they're not released into the wild. Anyways. Anyways, while we were down there for the launch, we watched this whole thing, and then the curtain raises, and there's the Endeavour right there. And one of our international students is just
I was
a mess.
I was just like, oh, and they played the music. It's very dramatic and very gorgeous.
And I have to admit, I was just sort of I broke my students. But in a good way.
Yes.
So we're all looking forward to getting to go back. And it's just a fabulous journey for us getting to see OSIRIS-REx from launch to, we're going to be working on this through conclusion. And tomorrow we will have an unboxing without Susie. We're sorry.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm
She's
heading
flying
home.
off. Annie and I will have an unboxing of the loot crate that you guys earned by mapping Bennu.
And if I sent you an email because you're a hero, which means you did over 500 images and you haven't filled out that form yet, I'm going to be pestering you with another email.
Yes.
Trust me. Trust me.
If you did even 1 image, you're awesome. If you did more than 50, was it more than 50?
More than 50.
You
right
are
now
a
I have
hero.
it. No. So right now how I have it is if you've done more than 50, you're a rock star. If you've done more than 500, you're a hero, because I think that was your definition. And then if you've done more than 1,000, even if it's between multiple accounts combined, you're a superhero.
Yes.
And I think I'm waiting for 8 or 9 heroes to respond to that form. And we ship internationally, so don't let that be an excuse.
And we will be sending digital certificates to everyone.
Yes. It will take a while. I am not at home. I'm probably going to go down the list of most images to least images.
Right. So there will be different certificates depending on what bin you're in. Yeah. We're acknowledging your awesome sauce.
Yes.
But if you even did 1, we thank you so much.
Yes.
Because Bennu can die in a fire.
Yes.
I'm a rock star, so I'm really happy about that. Because it was driving me cross-eyed.
I just had an epiphany live on air. These things happen. We keep saying Bennu needs to die in a fire because hate mapping. It might have actually died in a fire. This appears to be a rubble pile. Mm-hmm. And there was a press release last week from Hayabusa 2 on Ryugu, and how it looks like it's either 2 asteroids that collided and mixed their pieces, or 1 differentiated asteroid that got destroyed and turned inside out and recoalesced. And there's a good chance that Bennu is a similar kind of object to Ryugu. So it might have actually gone kaboom and then gravitationally drifted back together to cause us to curse it. And when we tell it to die in a fire, we're actually just screwing up the space-time continuum because that already happened.
Okay, I buy it. Anyways,
this is the thing.
It looks like it's time to start because I know, some of you really, really, really are like, all right, it's news time. Let's do the news.
Okay, so here we go.
News time. All right, so we already covered all the stuff that launched last week, and almost all of it. So there was really only 1 major thing that launched, so we're doing things in a different order because, hey, we're on location. Anyways, I'm just going to go with calling this company Euro Rocket because I'm not entirely too sure. They took the words Euro and Rocket and squished them together. So Euro Rocket Launch Services. Yeah, I know we haven't seen this one before, and I couldn't even find a good logo, so sorry. They are launching a rocket. Yes, a rocket. That is seriously the name of the rocket. I'm not joking. So Euro Rocket is a, oh, where is it? I think I have more information about that. But Rocket is a private company. The rockets are on the smaller size. The payload for this is a Geo India Kilo 2-23 from the Cosmodrome that starts with a P. I am so sorry. One of these days I will learn how to pronounce all these things. Do you know how to pronounce that word?
Plastic.
Plastic. There are not enough vowels in that word.
No, there's not. It's Russian.
And the customer is the Russian military. So Geo India Kilo -23 is a geodesy satellite. It's part of a constellation that is intended to be used to create high-precision, three-dimensional maps of the Earth's surface and to monitor plate tectonics. Why the Russian military is in charge of this? I don't know. I'm not asking these questions. So the satellite has a mass of 1,400 kilograms. That's 702-liter bottles. And as far as I can tell, it was supposed to be a constellation of 3, but the first one failed to enter usable orbit. The second one is operational, and I don't know if they're going to put up a third satellite to actually make this a real constellation. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think there's going to be a live stream. One, it's Rocket. They only launch 1 to 2 rockets a year, sometimes 3 or 4. I think the most I've seen is 4. And the customer is the Russian military. And yeah, no, there's probably just not going to be a live stream. I don't know if we'll even have like stuff about it afterwards. We'll find out next week. But this is supposed to launch August 30th at 1300 hours, 45 minutes UTC. That's 9:45 a.m. East Coast, 6:45 a.m. West Coast. It's before noon. Y'all know the drill. Even if there was a stream, I probably wouldn't stream it. I love you. I'm not a morning person. So
DPI says it's pronounced "you rock ot," something like that.
You rocket.
Really, DPI? Oh, the company.
Yes.
You rock. Oh, I was going to go with like you rocket.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure.
He says rockot is the Russian word for like boom or rubble.
Huh. You rocket.
You rock.
You rock on. Okay. I just know they took Euro and Rocket
Thank
and
you,
squished
DPI.
them together.
Yeah.
And they're owned, how they're owned is kind of interesting because Arian Group, I think, owns 49% of the company. And Arian Group is, behind Arian Space. And I forget who owns the other half, roughly, of U-Rocket. So, yeah, this is a week for weird rocket launches and things. So, yeah, okay, so you ready for the next weird rocket thing? All right, so, oh yeah, that's right. I don't have control. My notes are here. All the controls here. You realize I'm looking at Pamela and she's not even on screen, so y'all are like, what are you looking at?
And every time we're looking down here, that's where I'm
Thank you, Larry.
Oh, thank you so
Larry.
much. I don't have dogs to throw Cheerios at. I feel weird.
But yay!
Okay, so Dave helped me out on the slide. So this image that you are seeing is from a previous X-Pace launch. That is Echo X-Ray Papa Alpha Charlie Echo. EXPACE. So sometime on the 31st, no time, X-Pace, or the company formerly known as X-Pace, more on that in a minute, is launching a rocket that I can't pronounce again, but we're going to go with, well, how about I call it K-1 Alpha?
Wayne, thank you for gifting subs to
Wayne.
so many people.
What?
You are
Wayne?
fabulous.
Oh my
Thank
gosh!
you.
Switching views, finding my mouse.
So many subs.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You are awesome, Wayne. Thank you.
Thank you, human.
Thank you so much.
This is amazing.
Thank you for making my awkward stream less awkward.
It's not awkward. We're all just goofy because
No,
we're
it's an awkward.
We're all in the
week
same room.
It's awkward
Yeah.
week for launches. That's what I'm going with. So
This is amazing.
thank you, Wayne, so much.
Thank you, Wayne. And yeah, You're an awesome human, Wayne.
I see Larry saying all the gift subs. By the way, I can't see chat at all.
Oh, and Space Cowboy is the one who gave the one to Larry. So thank you, Space
thank
Cowboy.
you, Space Cowboy. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Super Cowboy 75. I'm sorry, not Space Cowboy. I had to scroll back.
You guys,
I knew who you were talking about.
Yes.
Y'all are amazing.
Thank you.
I'm now trying to find the other screen so that like I can see all the glory. But I'm gonna put it back to Annie while I go searching for that screen. So here's Annie and a rocket.
All right, so yeah, here's me and a rocket. So we're gonna call this one K-1 Alpha. I'm not entirely too sure how to pronounce the actual rocket name. I'm sorry, I am terrible at this, and because this is not a rocket that I see very often, and we may never see again, I'm not going to stress out about learning how to pronounce it. Sorry, I am so sorry.
Thank you, Mythtown.
Mythtown, you're
Again?
fabulous too, Mythtown.
Everyone is gifting streams. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Walker, oh my goodness, I am making those coconut macaroons for you.
Awesome.
We adore you.
And favorite human. Thank you.
You are fabulous. We adore you. Okay, I'm putting you back to the rocket because rocket.
Because rocket. Okay. So this is launching from one of the satellite launch centers in China. The mission, wait for this bit, Kilo X-ray -09er, which we know next to nothing about. We know it's a small commercial satellite. That's it. That's it. Not a clue what the satellite will actually be used for, or even who the customer is. That's everything I could find. Also, it's China, so there's not going to be a live feed. Due to the nature of the mission, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of media afterwards. Who knows? I can tell you that this is a solid fuel rocket. And yeah, there may be debris photos. I don't know. I hope nobody's harmed with this launch. So yeah, let's talk about X-Space for a minute. So X-Space is, I'm not entirely too sure what's going on here. That's not, you went forward.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, we're
we're not there yet.
We're
Okay.
not there yet.
Sorry. Jumping the gun. Jumping the gun.
So X-Space is a commercial subsidiary of China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation, which is a large state-owned company that is under direct administration from the government. It's also the main contractor for the Chinese space program. So this main company has a lot of child companies, a lot of them. And for a while, X-Space was among them. They had their own website, their own logo, the whole nine yards. And I went looking for stuff about, just the logo for X-Space, a website for this launch for my slides, and I was able to find next to nothing. What I was able to find is that, there was no website, and I was able to find an entry in PitchBook, which keeps track of startups, I guess is the best way to put it. And according to PitchBook, they went out of business in December 2018. And also according to PitchBook, they started in 2016, but they were launching rockets before that. So I'm not too sure what's going on here. And yet, even though PitchBook says they're out of business, here they are launching rockets, and if other sources are accurate, they're still planning to launch more rockets. I don't know what's going on. They're slated to launch some rockets for the Jillian constellation. So I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. So weird. So yeah. All right. We're done with X-Space. Let's talk about the Soyuz Ballet, as Dave puts it.
Quick interjection. Wayne Johnson is sending you a beer.
Aww.
Annie will look at the link here in a minute, but thank you, Wayne.
Sending me beer. Oh yeah, that's right, because I asked on Discord for beer suggestions. Because Samlin has been like, just tell me what beer you want and I'll go get it for you. And I'm like, are you sure about that, Samlin? Are you sure about that? And I'll talk, after the news, I'll talk about why she offered that to me. So, Yeah, the Soyuz ballet. So Skybot couldn't dock where it was supposed to dock. So literally 3 humans, which somewhere in this is in their names. So 3 of the humans out of the 6 humans on the ISS got into one of the Soyuz crafts, undocked it from where it was currently at, and moved it to where Skybot was supposed to dock. And everything went wonderful because they manually docked. The automatic docking system wasn't an issue, and yeah, Skybot was able to dock. Cool. And this is just a picture of what a Soyuz looks like when it's getting ready to dock. So actually, Dave wrote me the ballet steps. Okay, so step 1 was cosmonaut Alexei, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name, accompanied by astronauts Luca Permitino and Andrew Morgan, boarded the MS-13 Soyuz, undocked from the Zvezda? Zvezda. Zvezda.
The star module.
Thank you. I can do that. They undocked from the star module. The Z module. Well, there's more than one Z module. Star module, the ISS, which freed up that port for the MS-14, the one that Starbot's in, to automatically dock a day later. The dock that they undocked from was known to have a working KERS module, which allows them to automatically dock. Step 2 was they manually docked the MS-13 module with the Hoisk.
I'd go for that, yeah.
Hoisk module docking port on the top or spaceward side of the ISS. And that's the one that didn't have the working KERS module. And then the MS-14 executed a flawless automatic approach and docked at the star module with the working KERS component without incident. So in addition to Skybot, there is some 820 kilograms of cargo, so that's 410 2-liter soda bottles.
Can we introduce Skybot and Nightbot?
Sure.
Okay.
Skybot can, fire 2 pistols at once, though. Are we sure we want to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
I think of Skybot as a girl and Nightbot as a boy, so maybe they'll like each other.
I mean, I don't know.
So if we have a Skybot and a Nightbot, does that mean that we'll end up having an extra Sunbot later, but it'll start very small?
Yes.
But Skybot is a humanoid shape, and Nightbot is just this amorphous blob of code.
Which means that it can go in and program nanobots to create a new bot. So it can happen. Software and hardware can have a child.
That's terrifying.
Now
this is how we get Cylons.
Now we have CosmoQuest fanfic. There we go.
Glad to help. Okay.
Okay. All right. Now we're ready for the next one. There's lots of clicking involved. So this is a picture of the Dragon, SpaceX Dragon over the Canadian Rocky Mountains.
Cool.
So this was actually taken from the ISS after the supply ship departed on Tuesday. And yeah, the Dragon capsule had brought more than 2,300 kilograms. That's over 1,000 2-liter bottles. I'm not even going to try to do that math. It's over 1,000 2-liter bottles. And it has safely returned via splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. And it has over 1,500 kilograms, so 750 2-liter bottles of equipment and science experiments. It delivered a docking adapter, which we've talked about before. And there was a return spacesuit on the return capsule, as well as 20 mice, hopefully all alive, that will be examined closely by scientists for effects of microgravity on their immune systems, bone structure, and internal organs.
I don't think they're alive, but I'll let you believe that. I'm sorry.
We hope.
It was Dave that put, presumably alive.
So the truth is they usually euthanize them before they bring them down.
Oh,
Yeah.
that actually makes sense.
But in happier news, the astronauts now have a new supply of fresh fruit. So they were very happy. Whenever supplies go up, they get fresh fruit.
Okay.
And
back.
vodka. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, probably vodka. Probably vodka. That's considered... They give it some weird euphemistic name, but I think it's like morale supplies or something.
Yeah.
But there's vodka. There's vodka. So, yeah. Oh, actually, here's some more information that Dave put. It's due back to arrive at the port of Los Angeles after the splashdown some 300 miles, 480 kilometers southwest of Long Beach, where time-sensitive materials, like the mice, maybe they are still alive, will be handed over to NASA scientists. Or, you know, it could just be the mice might decay. That's sad.
Yes.
And this was the third round-trip flight, and it's last because I think SpaceX only allows its capsules to do 3 trips. So, yeah. All right. Speaking of SpaceX, you ready to change slides? Because I'm not going to be able to get away with, you know, not talking about this. So here's some video of the Starhopper doing its thing, and it has literally hopped into retirement. It went 150 meters, I think, into the air. Taller than a Saturn V. I actually haven't seen this video yet.
It's shiny.
It is very shiny.
That is a nice video.
It looks rendered. They managed to pull this off during the golden hour.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't look real. It looks like this is in a
Don't say that,
film.
because then, you know, the conspiracy
No, but it is
theory
real.
people are...
This is real.
This is real. This is not graphics. This has actually happened.
I love SpaceX and their cameras.
They just definitely have an artistic flair because...
They think about
beautiful.
light angle. Hello, dust.
And this was probably taken from a drone.
Yeah. You can see them steering like mad. It looks like a giant C-3PO.
It does. It looks a little unwieldy, but they're controlling it.
You mean
beautifully.
R2-D2?
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. And now we
And
just
the
have dust.
Yeah, not just dust, because desert. This is what happens.
It will settle out. Or they just posted an extra minute of video. There it is.
There it goes.
Hello. You're cute.
It does
It's
look
still
very
venting.
like 50s sci-fi, doesn't it?
Well, and it looks waist high in this photo.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Like, you can drive a bus under that. A small bus, but still.
I love
I can
how
hug a leg.
I love
True.
how in spacecraft a bus has become a unit of measurement.
Well, they're pretty much the same in
Right.
a lot of places, and especially around the U.S., a lot of people, adults, children are familiar with the length of a school bus. I don't know about other countries, but you know.
I know that when you tour Kennedy Space Center and the areas around it, and you go to the building where they put
Here,
the
this
rockets
gives
together,
you scale.
Oh wow, yeah, that
Oh,
is
yeah,
definitely
that
good for
works.
scale.
the building where they put the rockets together, it has a giant flag painted on the side, and I know they always tell you you can park a bus on the stripes
Oh, yeah.
to give you a sense of scale.
And look at them with the fire truck
I mean,
stuff.
at least it didn't catch on fire this time.
Oh, yeah.
From like the methane venting.
Right.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you,
beautiful.
SpaceX.
Yay! So yeah, that happened. Dave has a note here. It says, "Looks like the landing was a bit overcooked," and there's a couple of pictures floating around of a piece or two coming off and landing. And he's telling me that I might want to scour Elon's Twitter for info.
But mornings.
But it also says done. Everyone's mum, I guess, quiet on the piece that flew off. So there might have been a piece that had flown off. There might not have been a piece that had flown off. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it too much. So yeah, and mornings. This is way earlier than I would normally be doing Daily Space. So that's all the news I have. It's been a pretty slow week. So yeah. Yeah. So, the surprise. The surprise. This bottle of beer came from Japan.
Yes.
Thanks to Pamela and Deborah. And I think I had seen a tweet that Deborah had somebody put out there on Twitter, like, oh yeah, I brought back beer from Japan, a 6-pack of beer from Japan for, you know, friend or coworker or whatever. And that may have actually been Deborah's tweet.
It was.
And I didn't know, because I'm like, oh, that's cool. And I didn't know that I was getting one of these.
I didn't tell her, to be fair. So Annie had sent me the link, and we talked about it here on Daily Space, that there was a Japanese Hayabusa 2 branded touchdown beer. And I was like, we need that for when we do sample selection for Bennu. And she really likes beer, and I kind of like beer. And she streams the launch, and I'm like, ooh, this needs to go to Annie. So I begged. There was begging involved and explanations of how to bring things home that are liquid without soaking your clothing. And it happened. And the squee that she gave was entirely worth it.
I was there. It was epic. It was amazing. I wish I had had a camera, a video ready to take, because you guys would have enjoyed the squeals that were coming out of Annie when she got there.
Yeah, I think poor Deborah didn't know what she was in for.
But she appreciated
it.
it.
Delighted.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so it's going home. I'm glad I checked the bag now. It's going home, and I am going to stick it in my mini fridge with a big post-it note that says, favorite human, please don't drink this.
So Larry is asking, nice, is it dark? Asteroid beer gotta be dark.
It is a lager, so it's not a dark beer. It looks, it's in a
very
brown
clear.
bottle. It's pretty clear. I need to take a translation app and figure out if this is the best by date or the brewed on date. I'm really hoping this is like the birth date of the beer.
It should be the birth date, because she bought it after that date, and it was Japan.
Okay. So, yeah. I think lagers are good for up to 6 months. So, yeah, I can just literally stick this in the fridge and keep it.
And be ready for the press conference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm now looking through chat. Go ahead and type your questions in for @CosmoQuestX, and we will answer them in just a moment. Before we do that, I just want to remind you, as always, this is the Daily Space. We come to you Mondays through Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, that is 6 p.m. London time. And on Sundays, Annie brings you the Sunday Science Hour, where she has been reducing will be pretty when she's done with it, data coming off of various space-based observatories.
We might not do that this Sunday.
That's okay. In fact, we won't be streaming on Friday because the two of us will be on airplanes, and Susie will be pretending to be me at Dragon Con. Literally, she's subbing in for me on a panel. So we will return next Tuesday with the Daily Space. I will be bringing it to you from Edwardsville, Illinois. But we'll still be here tomorrow. So come back, and as always, we are a production of the Planetary Science Institute. We are edited and produced by Susie Murph. Our Wednesday space episodes are with special thanks to Dave Bollard, our intro.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. I could not have put this episode together without you.
He is our honorary co-host.
He really is.
And we are here because of you. We are sustained and supported through your bits, your subs, and the best way that you can financially help us is with either a subscription here on Twitch or through your patronage over on patreon.com/CosmoQuestX. The link is below. Now, if you follow us over on Patreon instead of here on Twitch, we can get you all sorts of extra content. So this is why I suggest that you pop on over to, once again, the link is below, patreon.com/CosmoQuestX, and start getting all the bonus content brought to you by Susie. And if you can't help financially, we totally get it. We're part-timers, we get it. The other thing you can do that really matters is just get the word out. You never know what connection you're going to make, what life you're going to change by introducing someone to, space and astronomy. So I am now going to, along with these people, look through the chat for your questions.
Reminder, I can't see chat.
You're about to be able to see chat.
Oh my.
And I'm going to embiggen chat.
Oh, thank you so much. I wear glasses, and yet it still helps to have everything embiggened.
And I wanted to make a comment. If there's anybody out of those lightning rounds that you've seen on our stream earlier today and one of the streams yesterday, there's any of those topics you guys want to hear more about,
Tell us,
because I can go wrangle that scientist and get them to come and talk to us.
She totally can.
Yeah, that's part of what we've been doing while we've been here is meeting, chatting, sitting with people at lunch and breakfast.
I think you reached the top of
chatting with all these people. So
Randos.
if I go to them and say, our chat really wants to hear what you're doing, they'll be delighted and we'll be able to get them on. So tell us who you want.
Yeah.
So Keeper of Maps, if we could attract lizards with Cheerios, we totally would.
I think there's some, you're not supposed to feed the wildlife.
But I'm thinking,
Cheerios.
those crickets that she has at home, maybe next year we bring the crickets? I don't know.
Paranor says he wants to see all of the scientists.
Okay, grasshoppers.
Yeah, and they're
Not
adobo
matches.
flavored. They're adobo flavored. I would eat them on air if I had brought. Wait, did I bring them?
What was adobo flavored?
Let me go check. Maybe they are in my backpack.
She may be eating the crickets that
No,
we-
they're not crickets. They're grasshoppers.
the grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers.
And Wayne, I just want to thank you again
Thank
for
you,
all your
Wayne.
subs and all of you out there that just received a sub. Can you do all the
Thank you,
emotes
Wayne.
in
Thank
thanks
you.
to Wayne? So let's light up the stream with all the emotes. Thank you so much.
I left the grasshoppers at home
Okay, so grasshoppers will happen
Darn.
in
because
another
I know
stream.
they make you uncomfortable.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And that might have gotten you a look going through TSA.
It's true. I
And
did. It's
what's
true.
I mean, people take weird things through TSA.
I was a little worried about my protein bars because they kind of look like bricks, but
And
they were fine.
Mythtown, thank you for your gifted subs. Again, let's just keep lighting up the chat with all of those emotes that people can now use. That is amazing. More cookies.
More cookies. Yes, because I feel like I definitely need to. Ooh, a Cowboy Bebop in a side of I'm. I like Cowboy Bebop.
Yay.
It's on my list to watch. I know it's awesome, kind of like Firefly, and has an adorable corgi.
So DPI says KZ-1 Alpha, which yes is the correct designation for that rocket, is also a former ballistic missile. Is there a nest out there? Yes, it is a formal ballistic missile. X-Space, the parent company to X-Space actually does do missile thingies, missile stuff. So, yeah, I don't know if there's a nest out there, but yeah, it is a formal ballistic missile. Come on, y'all know this is not all that unusual for rockets. Yes, Larry, I know you were slightly brain damaged. It's okay. We still love you.
You should be proud. We're sad that you no longer have that as part of. I am sad that you no longer have that part of your username because you're awesome no matter what you are.
All right, so here's your beer. It says Kent Brewery uploads.
Oh, and
Motivation.
Super Cowboy 75 just gifted another subscription.
Thank
you.
Huh.
I think I've had this.
And Wayne subscribed again. Wayne Johnson, 64, subscribed again for more months. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
The toiletless Soyuz. Yes, Mythtown. Yes, Skybot did not have a toilet. The toilet-equipped Soyuz may place at the Star Launch. The toiletless Soyuz.
I like Keeper's comment. We need to send Annie on Russian language training and Pamela on French.
Or just tag team.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It works.
Yeah,
It
when
works.
we're in the same room, it works. I mean, I know my Russian, or not my Russian, I know my French pronunciation is
I mean,
great.
my Russian is good enough. So we can do.
Nyet.
Yay, team.
Right?
Nyet.
Nyet. Nyet. They're fine as they are.
We are the board.
This is how we get replicants? Yes, DPR, this is how we get replicants. Does Skybot use Nightbot? I mean, it's...
Sure.
Sure. We
We
can
could.
make... Waiting for the anime.
Okay, that's fair.
Have to blow up the galaxy. Oh my goodness. And this is how Skynet began. I love y'all.
Okay, someone has been watching far too much Stardate. There's not far too much Stardate.
And yes, they do send water up as part of the cargo.
Fresh fruit. So I have to say, my husband doesn't buy fresh fruit very often because he isn't into the fresh fruit. So we always have green veggies. I am into all the fruit, and the woman who sets up the retreat for us has learned this.
Oh, we have had all the
Oh my
fruits and
goodness.
veggies.
Good.
It is amazing.
And if they're about to walk away with a tray that has 5 pieces, I have had these pointed out because I am the fruit garbage disposal. Medicinal chocolate is indeed
It totally
a thing.
is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember a story of Holocaust concentration camp where they were like French Jews and they were in a camp, and the mother had said, hold on to this piece of chocolate, you might need it one day. And then I guess this mother also acted as a midwife, and she went to her daughter and was like, that piece of chocolate you've been holding on to, well, this woman really needs it, she's about to give birth, can she have your chocolate? And she gave her chocolate to the woman, and the woman gave birth to the baby, and everybody was okay. And she's like, I think about that baby sometimes.
Yeah.
And she actually did get to meet the baby whose mom she gave the chocolate to.
That's amazing.
To help survive. It was amazing.
Humans is good.
Humans can be amazing.
Yeah.
And we love you when you're amazing.
Yes.
Thank you, humans.
For being awesome. Animaniacs. Nice one. Salvage one!
Some speculation that the yellow flame at landing might indicate fuel-rich operation. Turbo pump issue. It's still cool, and it was a test. It's allowed to have things.
It wasn't in flames.
Yeah.
It wasn't in flames.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where that test was. I think it was near San Pedro. No difference. There is a difference between
one
C-3PO
can walk and one can't.
And C-3PO has terrifyingly red eyes in the new trailer that was released.
Oof. See the creature running away? No, I missed the creature running away.
No, I didn't see it.
There was a critter running away. Well, there's.
We'll rewatch later.
Yeah.
Is that just the bottom? I think that is just the bottom of Starship. I don't think it has the...
It's not, it's not the next model, I guess, that they're going to be testing is much larger. This is only a very small portion.
Yeah, you work it forward. Need 3 for suborbital Starship Mark 1 and 2. We'll see. Last Elon tweet R2-D2's dad. Okay, that's fair.
It does look like R2-D2's
Go
dad.
Elon. That one I can get behind. Many things he says I can't get. No nuking. Don't nuke Mars.
No.
But yeah, R2-D2's dad, I can get behind that.
What Grasshopper is to... Okay,
Falcon 9. Yeah, it's true.
Starhopper is to Starship, what Grasshopper is to Falcon 9. Okay.
Yes, Uncle Bill. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we are back to where we were, CosmoQuest.
Yeah, there's a question for me.
Now that we know how it works, when are they going to test the whole ship?
Soon.
Kieran is good. They have it at a lot of sushi places in the U.S.
I need to try that one.
It's a kind of beer. Yes, Larry. Yes.
Katie had another question farther down.
Okay.
We're getting there.
Scrolling.
I like beers that block the light. Me too, Larry. Me too.
Yeah, this one looks like inside it's very light.
So Deborah was actually really worried. She's like, I don't know if you're going to like it. I'm like, no, it will be appreciated, because what happens is if I don't like the beer, I will, first of all, I'm going to take a sip and I'm going to log it on Untappd like I always do.
Yeah.
If I don't like a beer after I take a sip, favorite human is a beer garbage
That works.
disposal.
I have a graduate student
He's
that
very
fills
happy.
that role.
Yes.
Fenmil, thank you. 21
Thank you, Fenmil.
months.
Oh my goodness.
You are amazing, Fenmil, and I hope everything's going well up there in the far, far north.
And I saw someone tried to do a Nightbot command for me. I don't have one, but I should put one in.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll make that happen. I think they've tried that before.
Yep.
All the emotes. It makes me so happy.
Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you. Thank you for all the emotes.
So Raven Lillian, we are in Tucson, Arizona. This is the PSI annual retreat, and yeah, we're all here.
And I meant to last night, but I got distracted by things called humans. I am hoping that in the golden hour tonight, I will do a walk around and show you more of this location. And I will figure out how to do it less awkwardly than occurred this morning.
I'm not good at carrying the camera. I
No,
apologize.
but you can carry the computer.
Yes, I can carry the computer.
Yeah, so we'll figure this
Jigglefuss.
out. So far we've seen no scorpions, and we brought no black lights, so we will see no scorpions. There may have been a reason. I hate scorpions.
Yes.
All the emotes!
Oh my
it's so pretty! Super Cowboy, thank you for subbing to the Raven Lillian. Thank you so much. Oh, the emotes. Thank you, Wayne Johnson, for subbing for 4 months. Yay!
Yes. All right.
So Henny asks, what is the difference mechanically between a missile and a rocket? None. Fuel capacity.
Yeah,
Where are you
Michael
pointing?
T. Meyer says underneath that, a missile has a warhead, which is correct.
Yes.
Also, they're pointed in different directions.
Yes.
Usually.
They're steered in different directions. They're all pointed upwards.
Yeah, they're all pointed up, but, you know.
Rockets going up.
Keep going
missiles
up. Missiles. Ballistics.
So missiles are on an orbit that happens to intersect the surface of our planet. That's the way to think about it.
Rockets, not so much.
Hopefully.
We like rockets much better.
There's no such thing as too much Stargate.
It's true.
That is true.
So I have to admit, when I quit the ASP, the order of operations was resignation letter, adoption application for puppy, telling husband. And this was one of those things where it was an in the moment decision I have no regrets of. There was triggering actions that I'm not going to go to on air, but it was literally resignation letter, adopt puppy, and then I was like, I can't look at the news because I don't know what's going to happen for the next 4 months. And so I managed to, between October and Christmas, when we did our Hangout-a-thon, watch the entire original Stargate series. I have no regrets. And
Well,
much of it was watched with a puppy.
Well, you got to get your Samantha Carter love.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. And they actually, one of the things I love about that show is they get the microaggressions and the not so microaggressions of being a woman in science and tech completely right. And the way she handles it, she does the thing real women do, where half the time it's just a body language of why, and occasionally she's just like, you dumbass. Flump. She's my superhero.
If
She
you
is a role
haven't
model.
watched the original Stargate SG-1, go watch it.
It aged really
awesome.
well. It's fine. Yeah.
Amanda Tapping is awesome,
Yeah.
and the rest of the cast is amazing.
Yeah.
And you have sat and had beers with the actor who plays Tilk.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
At Dragon Con.
He at multiple cons.
Yes.
I actually have his phone number in my phone somewhere.
He determined that you are a safe human, and therefore,
Yeah.
you are a conference buddy.
Yeah. He's a cool individual and has the most creative, not quite a moon hoax theory I've ever heard, where he believes we did go to the moon, but that the footage that they streamed live wasn't real because that year's Super Bowl coverage, like the technology is a complete fail. They couldn't live do the Super Bowl. And he's like, if they couldn't do the Super Bowl, how did they do the lunar landing live? That was all, the person who did 2001: A Space Odyssey. And
Kubrick.
He thinks
Kubrick.
the foot, and it's fascinating. And I have nothing to disprove that.
Yeah.
And you had a good discussion about it.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of those crazy militant, no, I won't listen kind of thing.
So it was just like, I respect this and don't agree, and you just bought me amazing scotch. Yes, this works. So yeah, he's a cool human.
That's a conversation I'd be okay with.
Yeah.
With scotch.
Yeah.
I would need the scotch for that conversation.
Yeah. But he's a cool dude, and that was novel, and we had a civil, awesome discussion and got completely drunk together.
So Larry asked if I watched the first 500 episodes of Astronomy Cast, if I get a BS in astronomy, and I'm like,
Close. Very much.
I would
really
hunt
close.
down a place to get her like a honorary degree. Yeah. Yeah, and we weren't actually video for the first couple hundred episodes, I don't think.
But all of the audio is available
Yeah.
over on our website. So you can go back. Because even if iTunes doesn't show it, you can download it on the site.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we can have like watch parties on Twitch of that. We should.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skylius does it.
It's our own content. We might as well.
And there are people constantly that are starting from the beginning.
Yeah.
So
We
the
can do
content
the
is still
things.
solid.
Okay, so talking amongst yourselves, I support that. SpaceX did not make 100-acre fire and break windows this time. It is true. Not setting Texas on fire is something I'm a fan of.
R2 Dad 2.
And much
nice
appreciated
I like
in the
that.
summer.
Yes.
Nice handies.
A missile's payload is its warhead. It's true, but sometimes you have to test a missile and you do that out over the ocean without explosives. And sometimes you test a rocket and you do it over the desert outside San Pedro. Okay, Michael asks, do you object to terraforming Mars or only doing it with nukes? So the problem with the terraforming, the way Elon Musk talks about it, is that it's a non-permanent, vast abuse of resources. I do think that if we are able to show that there isn't a biome on Mars that we destroy, I'm completely fine with going the Kim Stanley Robinson route of releasing the lichen, of over centuries slowly adapting terrestrial life to living in the Martian environment and creating a greener world. I don't think we'll ever be able to enrich the atmosphere enough to create a wet world. But domes that, like, we have that capacity, and there are craters there. Let's find a good crater,
make a dome,
dome the sucker, and have at it.
Right, because even if you fix the atmosphere, you don't have a magnetosphere.
I somehow lived under a rock and missed the nuke thing. Why does he even want to nuke Mars?
To melt enough ice to radically terraform quickly, to thicken the atmosphere. Don't ask.
But radiation, though.
I understand.
Well, you're already getting a lot of radiation on Mars anyway because there's no magnetosphere to protect you. So I guess he's thinking, well,
but I mean,
but yeah, that's. I understand wanting to do it fast, but I don't think this is a good way to do it.
No, let's just not. Anyways, on to happier things
and stuff.
Yeah,
we can concentrate sunlight.
Yeah, there are better ways. Fenmil asks a much happier question. So now that they've made the web, I guess it's spacecraft stage, sort of. It's in its fairing. It's the next stage of checkouts.
It's in its fairing.
It did pass its vibration tests this time. They shook it and nothing fell out.
Yay!
Yay!
It's always bad when something falls off.
I like Michael.
Yeah, I do agree. JWST stands for Just Wait Space Telescope.
I really hope this still goes off in my lifetime.
This is the sound that is always heard around here when you mention James Webb Space Telescope.
Start tinkering. Wow.
Yeah. So Susie and I are fairly good friends with a woman who was part of the first 15 years of JWST's development. And she reached a point, she started on the mission directly out of college, and she reached a point where she was talking with John Mathers, who'd been talking about how much of his life went into the spacecraft. And he's like friendly grandpa. He's an awesome dude. And she had this moment of, I could spend the entirety of my life working on one spacecraft. And so she noped out hard and got a new job.
Say, I don't know if I want that.
So it's there are people who will have spent their entire, from graduation to retirement, working on this one spacecraft.
Like, what did you do? Worked on JWST.
Yeah.
What else did you do? Worked on JWST.
It was a long haul.
And Larry, the idea of scorpions in your bedroom at
That's
14.
terrifying.
Yikes.
No.
Nope.
Just no. No.
That's terrifying.
The actress of Samantha is really nice.
That's Amanda Tapping.
Amanda Tapping is an amazing human. My daughter got to meet her when Amanda was young, my daughter. And so that's one of her role models that she always looked up to. So it's very nice to have those strong female characters for our kids. And my kid is studying engineering now, so.
I love Larry's comment that it was Stanley Kubrick, but he insisted on filming on location. So one thing that, so my headcanon, because it is deeply confusing. Why does Kubrick have a twin to the camera that they had on the moon? We know that this was a choreographed mission in terms of all the things that they had to accomplish for the political theater of the landing. And so my headcanon is that Kubrick got a camera and set up a set and figured out all the camera angles and where to put the astronauts. And it was simply choreographed by Kubrick. That's my personal headcanon, and he did film on location.
And it totally makes sense that anybody who had been kind of around that might have turned it into a we didn't really go, we staged it, because they acted it out and worked out all the details.
And
while
we'll
they were still
never
here.
know those details, but I do believe it was filmed live on set on the moon.
Yes.
Um,
We know there's things on the moon that we left there.
yeah.
There's bags of poo on the moon.
There's bags of food, there's reflectors.
They're
there's-
destroyed by now. UV radiation is fabulous.
Yeah.
Aw.
If you go on the Google Earth where you can see the moon, I
Yeah.
forget what that part, if it's Google Moon or
It's
whatever.
Google Moon, yeah.
You can see images with the remains of spacecraft in it. So,
Yeah. And the fact that other nations that don't like us can see our spacecraft in their images, if they couldn't, they would have let people
Right.
know.
honestly, if we had not gone to the moon, the Russians would have been telling everybody.
There was a
Duh.
No, I don't remember enough about it to start blathering about it, but there is a different Russian moon conspiracy hoax.
Yeah.
It's different from ours, but it's a thing, and you don't find it on like English Wikipedia. You have to go to like Russian Wikipedia and then translate it.
Yeah.
You'll have
This
to
is
pull
a
that
thing.
up
Yeah.
on a slow launch day. We'll
Yeah.
have to talk about fun stuff.
So Hanny wrote, so JVOBST no longer has its screws loose? No, it doesn't. That, well
They
well
found
put.
all the loose screws and they screwed them back in.
Put them back in.
So Veronica wrote, send the water bears to Mars. They will liberate the water and are much cuter than nukes. So I don't know if I should be able to figure out how to bring this up on screen. The other day I was hunting around for a picture to use in a talk on my computer, and I found this. I can bring it up on screen. I found
this one.
this Redbubble image that I screen capped a couple of years ago
So cute.
before the Israeli mission happened, and hold on, working to get it to fit on screen.
Cute tardigrade.
It is a very cute tardigrade.
So I found this on Redbubble a couple of years ago, and it's still there on Redbubble if you Google tardigrade and space. And
And it's so true, y'all.
I want to reach out to the creator and write and have it say on it, I believe. Because I believe.
It'd be cool if we can get the creator to put it along with Berry Shoot.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So yes, these are the things that are out there. Okay, finding where the chat
I
went.
was gonna say, just alt tab till you find it
Yeah.
again.
Planetary Pan had a comment coming up too. There you go.
As you wind down, we have an Ask Me Anything going on with Margaret Race, who does planetary protection for missions over
Go
on
check
Reddit.
it out.
So pop that open in another window and
Mm-hmm.
enjoy. Poor keeper of maps has spent most of his career working on one survey in Canada.
Paranora
Yeah.
says someone on Moon Mappers found a landing site
Yeah,
with
they-
tire tracks in it the other day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And one of the original scientists that we worked with in 2008 when we started planning what became ultimately Moon Mappers is now at the Planetary Science Institute, and I'm going to hunt him down later today and say, hey, would you like to come back? Yeah,
Really?
yeah. And his career has like gone all sorts of directions since
I like
then.
DPR's comment, we left our remains on the moon. Hanny follows up with, you mean poop.
Yes, yes, we do.
Then Larry says
That's
poop.
mass you don't want to carry back.
Yeah. Larry says poop, descent stages, surveyors, laser reflectors, etc. And the Soviets have left hardware too. And now the Chinese and bits of
India.
parachute.
Yeah,
In
India's
India.
getting in soon. Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, India's on its way.
Okay, so that's the end of our questions, and that's going to bring us to the end of this episode, but this is not all for today. We will be finding someone to raid. If you have suggestions, I'm open to anything right now. I'm going to almost open Illustrator by accident. There's Discord. We are coming to you live from the Hacienda del Sol resort here in Tucson, Arizona. Later on today, we will be doing a walk around the property when it's not 110 degrees out.
Maybe Bonsai Baby? Or
Oh,
Adam?
Bonsai Baby is fabulous.
Oh yeah.
I love Bonsai Baby. I always misspell her. This is why we have this. Oh, it really wants us to raid Oh Bother.
Oh, is Will Bother on?
Yeah.
I see him on.
I don't know why it's already picked, unless it was from yesterday.
I can
We
change
did raid
it.
him yesterday.
Yeah. So
I'm not seeing
there.
him
There
currently.
you go.
okay, then it's lying. So we are going to raid Bonsai Baby in just a few moments. As always, this is a production of the Planetary Science Institute, which is why we're currently here for the PSI Retreat. And we'll do a walk around later, talk to you a little bit more about the Planetary Science Institute, kidnap a scientist if we can. There have been wild sightings of Sandy Springman, even though she's at the Lunar and Planetary Institute.
She says she crashes this every year.
Yeah, and that's valid. That's
And
valid.
it's good to see her running around here
Yeah.
too.
So we'll bring you what you can. Give us a follow if you haven't already, and get notified whenever we go live, because we don't always know when we're going to go live. We are a production of the Planet. Yeah, we're here because of you. Thank you. My brain stopped mid dialogue stream.
It's okay.
Coffee has to kick in.
We are here because of you. We are supported by your bits, your subs, your patronage over on patreon.com/CosmoQuestX. The best way you can financially support us is over on Patreon, because that means we can get you stuff. Stuff. We like to get you stuff. And if you can't support us financially, that's okay. We get it. Share the word. Get other people involved. You never know whose life you're going to change by making them an introduction to science and CosmoQuest. We will be back later today randomly, and we will definitely be back tomorrow for the last daily space that we will do live from here in Tucson. We will not be here on Friday or Monday. We will return next Tuesday. We'll all be coming to you live from Edwardsville, Illinois, and we will have a dog and Cheerios, probably.
And Pamela and I are heading to DragonCon this weekend. If you're in DragonCon, look up Pamela's panels. She is in the DragonCon app, and come and say hello.
And I will have merch with me.
Yes. We
And
will have lanyards
Yeah.
and all kinds of cool stuff. So.
And I will try and live stream from DragonCon if I can. So we will see what we see, and we will do what we can. And thank you all for being here. You are absolutely amazing. I am going to do what we always do, but I now know an easier way to do it thanks to Annie.
Yay.
I'm going to thank you for the bit,
Thank
Super
you.
Cowboy. Thank
Oh my
you.
goodness.
You are a fabulous human. Thank
you so much.
I'm not going to feed the wildlife.
No, they're kind of scary here, actually. Wherever you are in the world, have a fabulous morning, evening, or afternoon. Remember, go outside and look up, and we will see you on the other side. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The audio isn't working. Okay, I'm not going to worry about why the audio isn't working.
Our audio is working. They can hear us.